morning. It's Celeste of Astrology by Celeste. I'm an astrologer, a coach, and an intuitive. And this is the Astro and the Oracle program where I'm going to talk a little bit about the astrology, and then I'm going to pull cards for Oracle guidance to help us navigate the energies of the week. And I am using the Lost Oracle today it's a rock pool deck, and Fiona Horn is the creator. Ancient wisdom to find your way in a modern world. Ooh, okay. Wonderful. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Ridiculisa. So wonderful to see you. And you're feeling bluish. I love that handle. What does it mean to be bluish? You can put in the comments if you like. Hi, Jay and Deborah and everyone. Okay, welcome, welcome. Hi, Manifestor from Toronto. I hope everything's going well for you. Ooh, with all of this cold weather that's going on all over the countries. Well, our country and your country. Yes. And what else do I want to say before we get started? I guess that's it. Just welcome everyone and just sending love. This is such a wild, crazy timeline we are in. It is just incredible. I have been staying up late. Like, I didn't go to bed. I like to get into bed at 10. I didn't get into the bed until 1:30 last night. It is just getting ridiculous. So I have got to take my own advice and be better about getting my rest. Yes, yes. Okay, so Astrology Foundations, my class, which is taught live over 8 weeks for people who want to learn astrology from the ground up with me, want a refresher if you already are familiar with astrology or just like my way of teaching. You can join me for that. You can go to the link in my whatever you call it, bio, or astrologybyceleste.com. And then there's Enroll in Astrology Foundations class. So it starts next Thursday. If you have any questions, you can email me at celeste@astrologybyceleste.com. But you'll learn all about the houses, the signs, the aspects, the planets, and start learning how to integrate and build a chart reading from it. So really meant for us, it's the best time to study astrology. Number one, we have all these retrograde planets right now, so it's not a good time to be necessarily starting anything huge, big out of the blue. Yeah, it's better to be updating things you already had in the works with retrogrades. That's what they offer us the opportunity to go back and review. So I'm revising the class I've taught before to make it even more impactful for the students and a little simpler. Yes. And what else am I doing? Oh, if you're local to the Bay Area on Saturday, I'm going to be at Orange Theory. They're having a Black History a month wellness thing in Emeryville, California, 12 to 3. It's on my wall. And on Sunday, I'll be in Sacramento teaching a 3-hour workshop about lunar planning. And yeah, so this year is so great because number one, we've got all these retrogrades, and it's a perfect time to go within and review and revisit how you take action, how you connect with people, how you get your needs met, what are your core needs? What is your reigning need? Sometimes people don't even realize what it is. I know I had a lot of aha and epiphanies when I started learning about my moon. And then we're going to have all this changing energy. There's been nothing like it for recent history, where we're going to have boom, 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 all these planets changing signs. And as soon as a planet changes signs, well, first, as a planet is about to change signs, you go through that 29th degree where you go to the end of the sign, and then, it holds all the energy, and it's crisis and decay. And so there's these endings, these crumbling down of things before you have a new start. And so we're going to see the first one coming up is on March 29th, we have a solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. So there's going to be something that's going on that on the next day, March 30th, Neptune enters Aries. So what is the thing that's happening at the solar eclipse that we start seeing Neptune in Aries? And I have a lot of ideas about it, but we're not going to get into that yet. But so there's going to be introducing us to this new energy. And I see, because Neptune is the fog, the mist, and it's been really strong in Pisces for 14 years. I think 2011 it went into the sign of Pisces, and it's at home in Pisces. Neptune is the Wizard of Oz. It is so perfect that the movie Wicked came out in December, because the Wizard of Oz, you know, this figure who looked like this huge, enormous, magical person who could make everybody's dreams come true, or was all powerful, all knowing, whatever the wizard was. But when we saw behind the curtain, it was just this little man pulling a lot of strings kind of energy. And that's like the con artist, the guru, the not the guru just in general, but the dishonest guru, more of the cult leader, excuse me, that's a better thing to say. Cult leader, con artist energy is very Neptune and Pisces. Don't look at this hand while I pick your pocket with the other one. And so we've gotten this, and it's like it's having some kind of climax and some event where it's like that Neptunian bubble of pixie dust is going to pop, because Aries rules sharp objects. Boop. And it may not be to the date, but soon after, we're going to see some things revealed about deception, like getting burned up and being coming to our conscious awareness. So it'll be really interesting to see what balloons pop. Yeah, Pisces inflates and expands. I mean, hopefully it's not an oil spill that catches on fire. Oh my God, that would be a literal thing, because oil is Neptune and Piscean. Like if an oil spill on the ocean and then boom, it caught fire, that would be Neptune and Aries, and it took a while to get it out. Yeah, but we hope that's not what's going to happen. Yeah, okay. Oh, thank you, Sam. Oh, good. Well, Jay, you can go check it out. It's going to be taught live, and you'll have the classes in the portal, and you'll get the opportunity to have a study buddy if you want. That is one of the best ways to learn astrology, is just practicing it with someone else. Yeah. So join me if you like. Yes. Okay. Oh, you have two different versions of your birth chart. That is so interesting. Typically, if you're in the United States, you go to the registrar, the birth registrar, and they will be able to send you a copy of your birth certificate. Now, depending what year you were born, sometimes they have the time on it, sometimes they don't. If you have a baby book, usually parents put the time in the baby book. But yeah, birth certificate or baby book are the two ways to find your exact birth time. I also do chart rectification, which is a technique where for people who don't know their birth time, or you have these two times and you want to figure out what's right, I can help you back calculate from events in your life. So you can email me at celeste@astrologybyceleste.com if you want to do that. You'll have to pull together a list of events in your life that were, as much of them that were impactful. Like it's best if there's something that suddenly happened, in your life that wasn't expected. Like you won the lottery, or you had you got a big raise unexpectedly, or you had a car accident or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So interesting that tomorrow, or actually, is today the 19th or the, I can't, oh yeah. So tomorrow is Mercury in Pisces square Jupiter in Gemini. So Mercury in Pisces is a beautiful energy, but Mercury doesn't like to be in this sign. So Mercury communicates, and in Pisces, it can sound like someone's underwater and blah, 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 blah. But actually, it makes great poets, people who can use words in a beautiful way to dance around, and can be Mercury in Pisces energy and tell you something like I believe Albert Einstein might have been a Mercury in Pisces, but don't quote me on that. He might have been a Mercury in Aquarius. But anyway, yeah, don't quote me on that. I should look at his chart to be sure. But some people with Mercury in Pisces can be just absolutely beautiful communicators, but the planet is in detriment in fall traditionally in this sign. So it's not necessarily a straightforward communication. It's not just giving you the facts. It's not organizing them in a way that feels systematic. And on the shadow energies, it can be about deception and misinformation and missing pieces, and it's squaring Jupiter in Gemini. So this is Jupiter makes everything bigger. Jupiter doesn't really care about the exact details, and Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini. It's detriment. So they're in each other's signs of detriment they're in their signs of detriment, but they're squaring each other in signs they want. Jupiter wants Pisces. It's the modern ruler of Pisces, and Mercury wants Gemini. It rules the sign of Gemini. So there's this tension, but what they can do is work together really well. Like this could be an amazing writer who could write all kinds of fantasy or whatever. They could write whatever they want, whatever one they lean into. Could be a great reporter with this energy. But it also could be someone who can tell a whopping fish story that is so ridiculous that it's hard to believe. That what are you talking about? So Musk and Trump went on Sean Hannity's show last night and are talking about how they found millions of people over the age of 100 on Social Security and getting checks. And then it was presented like, I have taken care of this now, and so they're off. So somebody said this to me, so I went looking up, the story was debunked in minutes. No, there's not. There are people on the rolls, but they're not getting money. But it was nothing about how they're going to get the money back. It was just like, blah, put out here, like this was fact. Like there was these millions, 150-year-olds getting Social Security, 300-year-olds getting Social Security. I think he said thousands or millions or whatever. But there was nothing about, and no question was asked to them about, well, how are you going to get that money back? Are these people going to jail who've been collecting Social Security, these millions of people? Or is it one person collecting all of this stuff? It was really wild to watch in action. And then I saw Candace Owens, who is this right-wing pundit, has started a series about Macron's wife being a transgender man and actually his father or something like that. There is this rumor, and is someone French on here? Is Martina from France on here? A rumor about the president of France's wife being a transgender male. And no, they don't stop there. It's actually his father who I guess and he's married to his father. I mean, it is just like, what are you even talking about? This is Mercury in Pisces square Jupiter in Gemini. You're getting this information that makes like no logical sense. It's tense, but there's enough about it that could maybe be true that you're like taking time and brain space to even think about this nonsense. So I thought that was two things that we've seen. So if you have little kids and they come to you with some big story, really notice it. And you can think about these two archetypes of Mercury communicates, Jupiter educates, and Yeah, and tries to unite in ways. Yeah, and so Hannity kept like laying it on thick about how the two Tweedledee and Tweedledum were brothers and what a beautiful relationship they have. Those two can't stand each other. They are in it together because one bought the other's job. So anyway, it's wild. Okay, Tip O'Neill said Social Security is the third rail of politics. Lots of people, myself included, are getting really concerned about what they think they're going to do with Social Security. It's like something like they are. And people are sitting, laying awake at night, wondering. Like people who depend on Social Security for their living, and it's not a gift. It's people paid into this system their whole life, and now these people are figuring out how they can take it away from people. It is enraging. Yes. Oh, so Martina says that's a story that's been going around for a while. But now it's reached to the United States, and like 1 million people watch videos about this nonsense and are believing it. It's about her dead brother. Oh, okay. So maybe that's another part of the story that Brigitte Macron's brother died, and did she take over his identity? Okay, I like that better than it's the president of France is married to his father. That is it was a transgender person. That is just too much. Really too much. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hey, the Corona Lab. So good to see you. Yes. So notice when you hear big, big, big fish stories this week that are probably going to, just a minute of research can debunk. But yeah, this is a wild time. What else did I want to say before I pull the cards? Yeah, so just also be aware Mars is slowing down to station direct on Sunday. So 5 days before a planet changes signs, its energy is intensified. So Mars energizes, but it also can create frustration, irritation, anger, and I've noticed I was a little hot-tempered with Debo last night. I was so angry at this dog. We were outside at 11 p.m. and he wanted to act like he was on his afternoon walk, sniffing there. And I'm like, it is too late to be out here in these streets. Let's get inside. But anyway, so notice if you're a little bit on edge or more irritable or people around you, and it's a good time to give each other grace if needed. Now, you can also have physical symptoms like Mars in flames, and I get pimples when Mars is stationing. And this time, this one is really personal for me because Mars is stationing at 17 degrees of Cancer, and I'm a Cancer rising, and my rising sign is at 20 degrees. And the rising sign is literally your physical body. And it's within 3 degrees. So it's like this energy is like a branding iron. Boom, this martial energy pushing into my rising sign and it's squaring for me my moon in Aries. So I'm a Cancer rising and my moon rules my whole chart. And the moon also has to do with your physical body, like the environment you're in. And it's in Aries, and Aries rules the head. You really should know all of the basics about the body parts of astrology. And so the ears are obviously part of the head. I have some kind of pimple in my ear that I noticed like 4 or 5 days ago. I put my ear pod in and it was uncomfortable. And like when I touch my ear, it's uncomfortable. So I have literally, astrology is literal. Mars is stationing conjunct my ascendant, squaring my moon, and I have a pimple in my head, in my ear, that is like probably like a cyst. that's probably will go away after Mars goes direct, like a week or so after. It'll probably be gone, or I'll be going to the doctor. It doesn't hurt that much, and I Googled it. It's like you're supposed to wait till it's something, but maybe I'll call it just doctor anyway. Yeah. Okay. But that's what I'm experiencing. Yeah. And let's see. K-word has a pinched nerve in their back that has been making your life miserable with arm-numbing pain. Oh, no, a pinched nerve in your back. That's awful. Mars started going retrograde in Leo. Leo rules the back. Well, hopefully it'll feel better after it goes direct. So just notice within yourself, it's really a good time to slow down. Because what happens is there's this build up of this energy, and you're irritated, and then you're more likely to have a little accident or leave the stove on and not paying attention and da-da-da-da. So just be aware. And Mars does not like to be in Cancer, because it's a sign that acts out of emotions rather than just go, go, go. And so it's in the sign of its fall, and Mars is what's called out of bounds. So it's answering into itself. And then it's past the declination of the sun, which is a calming influence. So people are just ready to snap, like somebody bumps into someone and they're ready to get into a fight with each other because they want this energy to come out in some way. I'm looking to see what happens on the seas. So we have tomorrow Mercury squares Jupiter and Gemini, and Jupiter and Gemini can be a transportation. Gemini rules transportation. Big, humongous thing, like a ship. Jupiter has associations with, boats that carry wealth. And Mars, and Mercury's it's squaring Jupiter, and then it's going to take that energy and trine Mars in Cancer. So Mercury in Pisces trine Mars in Cancer, and Mars is retrograde, and Mercury's coming in, not paying attention, a little distracted, and just pokes Mars, and Mars flips out. So we may see something, you'll notice things related to that where someone, and maybe they didn't even hear them right, and they get mad at someone. So notice if you see that in your own life. We may see something on seas, or in the I'm thinking potentially in the Gulf over in. Well, we're arguing about what the name is of the Gulf of Mexico. It's the stupidest thing, and just a total distraction. And now, MapQuest, you can go and you can give the Gulf of Mexico whatever name you want, and then Mexico's suing Google for changing the name to the Gulf of Mexico because America only has dominion over 22 miles off of the coast of the United States. That guy can't just rename the Gulf of Mexico. It's just so stupid. Yeah. Oh, big storm. Yeah. Well, Mercury in Pisces trine Mars retrograde is storm energy. Oh yeah, there could be really, really bad storms. Yeah. Oh, you're in Martha's Vineyard and the ferry will be canceled. Okay, so Mars retrograde's delay. You want to go take the ferry and you're told, no, it's delayed because the seas are too choppy. Yes. Delays, conflicts, the collapse of anything contemplated. Yeah, is what can happen with retrograde. So the ferry's canceled and no, you're not going. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's what I wanted to talk about, the astrology. That's the big thing. And then so that's the 23rd, Mars goes direct. And then the 25th, Mercury meets Saturn in Pisces. So the energy fuses. So there's going to be something, Mercury in Pisces is going to come to our conscious reality that maybe it's probably you get a little disappointing news about something ending. Like some people, especially people who work for the government are going to get, their jobs are being ended, or we could be getting news about one of these outbreaks of measles or whatever. Yeah. It's a lot of yucky news. So, and even I was looking, Onaja, the woman who was entertaining all of Pakistan and then went to Saudi Arabia, I saw something said she was missing. Okay, great. Now this, the one bright light in 2025. I hope everything's okay with her. She was a woman from the Bronx who took Pakistan by storm. Hopefully she's just getting some rest and getting herself back together. Yeah. And what else? Oh, we had the Super Bowl. That was Kendrick Lamar's set. Was really good. And the movie The Accountant 2 is coming out. So The Accountant 1, this is with Ben Affleck. It's such a good movie. And with the South Node in Virgo, it's perfect time. So I looked at the chart. The Accountant came out when the North Node, I think, was it the last time the South Node was in Virgo or the North Node was in Virgo? One of the two. So that looks really good with Ben Affleck. The first one is great. I highly recommend it. And what else? It's so in line with the astrology too. I think that's enough. But yes, if you're interested in studying astrology with me, sign up for my class. Oh, you're a Scorpio moon and an accountant. Looking forward to it. Yeah, April 25th it comes out. So it's after Venus goes direct. Venus goes retrograde March 1st. Yeah. So that's when the tariffs are supposed to go in. Okay, let's just pull these cards. The Lost Oracle is what I'm going to use today by Fiona Horn. It's a rock pool deck. And look at these beautiful back of the cards, like illuminating your path forward, ancient wisdom. And we're going to start with Aries. So you're going to listen to your sun, moon, and rising sign. You can get it for a 3-card reading. And maybe I don't have a tight schedule today. Maybe I'll do a couple. If a couple of people want to put in the, hopefully you can see the question mark. Yeah. And put your sun, moon, and rising. Okay. So for Aries, I pulled Galant Accept healing energies. Absolutely, Aries. This is it's an interesting time for Aries because your Mars is your chart is rules your whether it's your sun, moon, or rising, because Mars rules the sign of Aries. And it's been retrograde since December 6th. So definitely, hopefully you had a chance to slow down and really go within and learn a bunch of stuff about how you take action. Maybe figure out how you're going to do things differently in the future based on what you learned about how you've done things in the past. And then next week, Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and relationships and harmony, goes retrograde in Aries. So, now there's going to be pulling back the lens on your relationships. And then Mercury goes retrograde in Aries, pulling back the lens on how you think and communicate. And then we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aries. So this is a big time integration of since 2003, the spring, we've had eclipses in the sign of Aries. So these big new starts, boom, boom, boom. But there's never been that closing lunar eclipse in Aries. That's not coming for 9 years. The lunar eclipses have been in Taurus and then Pisces. So it's really important for Aries to really take care of yourselves. Yeah. And Galant is Prince Galant, the hero archetype, like charging in to save everyone. But now it's time. You need some to accept and not always be the one leading the charge is what I'm getting with that. Okay. Okay, people put some in. That's enough of the sun, moon, rising. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, Taurus. Ooh, a Taurus spiral. Time for rest and repose. It's time for rest and repose for everyone, frankly, with all this retrograde energy. And for Taurus, what's going on for Taurus that really signifies rest? Oh, well, Uranus is in our sign doing like, okay, really think back what was going on in your life in 2018 when Uranus entered your sign of Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun, and I know exactly what was going on. And if there are any stories that were initiated back then, they may have, and if there was something you were awakened to that you're supposed to do differently and you've been resisting, something could come to a head before Uranus changes signs in, oh my God, in May. No, Uranus changes signs July 7th. Uranus goes into the sign of Gemini. So wrapping up this work and it may not happen right then because Uranus goes into Gemini and then it backs back into the last degrees of Taurus. And then it goes back into Gemini again next year for good. So we're getting this. It's really this tying up of the ends. And Taurus is an earth sign. It rules things like literal land and earth. We are getting, when Uranus is upheaval, sudden events. We've got all these earthquakes all over the place. This lava spewing out Mount Etna and oh my God, and all of this other stuff. And they're talking about an earthquake off the coast of the West Coast is potentially supposed to, underwater volcano is supposed to blow or something like that, which may impact us on land, maybe not. Let's hope not. I don't even want to think about the potentials of that. But the point is, getting your rest and repose and remembering life is a spiral. Yes, you don't have to always be on the go. So what is this? And the snake is, what do you need to shed as well? You can be thinking about with this, but really think about what changes you need to make. A Taurus rules the earth, our values, our resources, like money, if you're like someone who spends very freely, maybe, and there's been signs that this is like you're dancing on the edge. It's a really good time to think about, with Venus going retrograde. Venus rules Taurus and money, how you're going to maybe be saving more. And if you're not taking care of your senses or your physical body, nurturing it, you can also see some things coming up with that. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. So Gemini, I pulled Green Man. It's time to grow. Look at this, Gemini. Green Man. It's time to grow. Let me read that. 16. Let's see. The Green Man is a pagan symbol who encompasses the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. He is representative of the divine masculine God in quotes, and then, a parentheses, and that active place where this combines with the omniscient present of the divine feminine, which is goddess. The Green Man is born in spring and heralds the return of abundant crops and growth of the land. He's the guardian of the earth and a male energy that can be trusted to bring dynamic, positive changes and new nourishment, opportunities of love. Well, Jupiter, the greater benefic that brings us abundance, Jupiter expands, explores, it invests in, it rules like benefactors, people who are helping us behind the scenes sometimes and we don't even know it. Yeah. So while there is an eeriness to his presence, as he emerges from darkness, be aware that his eyes glow with the light of the life-giving sun. His darkness is lush and fertile, and he teaches that the dark times in your life are essentially for a cyclical balance to allow growth and abundance, and encourages observation of these natural cycles to soothe and calm an anxious heart and mind caught up in fears and lack and loss. So Mercury is in Pisces, which is a creative sign. Pisces rules the dream and is squaring Jupiter. So for all Geminis, this is a beautiful opportunity to have your chart, the planet that rules Gemini, talking to its Jupiter and in the sign it rules, and like, okay, how do you want to bring more abundance into your life? Brainstorm. Just sit down this weekend or today, tomorrow, at least a couple, like maybe a half an hour every day, and just free write about like, what are your goals? What do you want to do? Don't let all this craziness in the collective stop you from taking action, because as all this stuff crumples down, there are new starts and new opportunities. And I just feel like the world is so, like, you can create your own space to do what you want in a lot of ways and reinvent yourself in ways that can be really powerful and positive. So, yeah, try not to they are beautiful odd nights. Absolutely. Try not to let yourself get too down by all of what is going on in the collective. Yeah. If you can. Now, yes, there are difficult things, but at the bottom of Pandora's box is hope. You got to keep hope alive. We are resilient species, and we've been through a lot, and we will continue to thrive. Yes. Okay. Ooh, Cancer. Stardust and soil. Opposites attract. Stardust and soil. Stardust and soil. Yeah. Let me see what this says. That's number 33. Opposites attract. And Cancer, you really have been having a time with Mars retrograde in your sign. Cancer rules home. It rules our lineage. It rules, you can think about who are the people in your life. Opposites attract. So in the natal chart, the ascendant is you, and the seventh house is your partners, your one-on-one love partners, business partners, kind of best friends, the people you draw into your life, the people, if you have planets in that house or that sign. For Cancer, it's Capricorn. It's like you project stuff on any planets in your seventh house. You tend to project those parts of your personality on others. And so you can think about who do you draw in your life that is your seventh house. That can be something you do. What is your seventh house? What planet's there? What sign is there? What are the archetypal energies? What are you attracted to about that? Like, I'm a Cancer rising, and so I can be emotional. And the moon rules Cancer, so every couple of days there can be like a shift in my energy, because the moon changes signs every 2.5 days, like little shifts. I'm a Taurus, so I'm pretty grounded. But I draw in Capricorn. I like people who are reliable, stable, grounded and it's really good for me to have someone, like, sometimes when I let my imagination Water signs can be very imaginative. I can go to, straight to, oh, I've got a headache, straight to, do I have a brain tumor? Like, boom, like that. And then like pulling yourself back to, oh, it's probably just you're dehydrated. Why don't you drink some water? Or that sort of thing. Yeah, hopefully you understood what I was saying. Let's do Leo. Ooh, Leo, the crone. Ooh, Leo. Know your power. I love this. Know your power, Leo. Absolutely. And this, it doesn't happen till April, but Mars will be back in the sign of Leo, finishing up the work of the retrograde that you were doing. Yes. Let me see if it says anything else about the crone that I want to say. Know your power. Here stands a beautiful, wise crone. The term crone has been burdened with negative connotations, conjuring images of haggard figures and recluses on the outskirts of society. Yet beyond the layers of stereotype and modern insult, the true essence of the crone emerges as a powerful archetype steeped in knowledge, respect, and magic. The crone is a paragon of wisdom and grace and embodies the culmination of a lifetime of experience. In her lies a deep well of insight, a testament to the journey that has brought her here thus far. In the feminine journey, the maiden and the crone weave a spell of intrigue, and in this enigmatic card dwells the twin embodiments of womanhood. For indeed, the maiden and the crone share the same throne. When this card is drawn, you are encouraged to examine your preconceptions and assessments. Are you truly self-determined? Are you embodying the wise crone's wisdom of acceptance and respect in the human journey in its many expressions? The crone's rightful place is also at the cornerstone of her family, the matriarch who holds the sacred knowledge of womanhood, passing on rituals and traditions to younger generation, and she is the glue that holds everything together. So if you have kids or what have you, maybe take some time. Like last week, we had the full moon in Leo. Like, what came to your conscious attention? I loved some of the things that came up with that, because Leo rules our self-expression. It's how we shine our light and all the stuff. And maybe think about, do you want to document some of your recipes, some of your photo? Do that ancestry project finally, or something like that, to leave legacy to your generations. Or just stand in your own power and think about, with Venus retrograde, how you like your relationship to Venusian themes about your worth. Women are often talked or treated like all that their value is only in how they look, or being pleasing or pleasant to the male gaze or whatever. And think about how you've grown past that, and if you haven't, how you're going to grow past that kind of thinking. Okay. Ooh, Virgo, unguarded, trust the unexpected. Virgo, look at that, the bear. Like Virgos, this is a really good time for you to consider, because the South Node's in your sign. You do not have to take care of everyone. Always be of service. How can you let some others take care of yourself? This brings up the man versus bear, and she chooses the bear. And someone who is in your life that you can be on your unguarded self with, and just relax the lens of always being of service, or perfection, the perfection wound, or however the shadows of your Virgo energy. For all of us, we all have Virgo in our charts, and we're going to be things coming up to our conscious attention about that energy. And I'm in my nodal return, because I have a South Node in Virgo and a North Node in Pisces. So and it's in my third house. So some of my ways of thinking are really coming to my conscious attention, or thinking and communicating, because the third house is the house of the mind, are really coming up, as well as our siblings and things close to us. Okay. Libra, blessed resilience. You can weather the storm. Libra, with Venus, which rules Libra, going retrograde. This, and opposite yourself. And Venus is the benefic. So hopefully nothing, it's not as intense necessarily, unless you have a relationship problem, I guess. But you may be thinking about how you spend your money, how you value yourself, how other people value you. Yeah, think about that. But it's March 1st through April 12th. And just a reminder that you can weather any storm. Yeah, you just went through 18 months of the South Node ring in your side. You got through that. Plus a Venus retrograde went along with that in Leo. If you got through that, you can get through anything. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good, Tony. I'm so glad that's a wake-up call for you being a Virgo. Absolutely. Love it. Okay. Ooh, Scorpio. Bounty of happiness. The gift is you. Look at that. What is the jewel inside your box? It's Scorpio. It might be a literal jewel inside your box. Anyway, yeah. So, this gift is for you. Really pay attention to any gifts that are given to you, whether it's a compliment, someone saying, hey, let me wash the dishes, you go rest, or anything. Yeah, anything, a successful work thing. Ooh, just feeling better after you exercise is a gift. You can think about that. In your life's journey, a moment of celebration beckons. Before you, a box whispers promises of treasures yet unseen. The diamond within sparklers with the brilliance of opportunities, a jewel waiting to illuminate your path. When you stand at the crossroads of a decision, consider the key cradled in your hands and let the bounty of happiness remind you to unlock the box and unveil the splendor. Beware of falling prey to the shadows of hesitation that would have you leave it closed for another soul to discover. The heady symphony of sacrifice may seem noble, but the music of the spheres suggests a different melody. Allow yourself to be guided towards compassion and acceptance of your well-deserved awards. Now, Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. So Aries and Scorpios have been most affected by this Mars retrograde. Now, Aries squares Cancer, but Scorpio trines Cancer because they're both water signs. So maybe you learned some net lessons during this time, that just nuggets of wisdom came to yourself, and how you need to change some of the ways you take action. And now you can go grab the jewels as Mars goes direct and picks up speed. It's taken a little time. It's going to walk over the same ground into April before it goes into Leo and then passes 6 degrees of Leo. But, this is exciting for you. Absolutely. Yeah. And then Jupiter's going to go into Cancer later this year. And, that's when you, in June 8th, Scorpios can be really ready to make some stuff happen. Yeah. Okay. Sagittarius, Hearth. Broaden your horizons. Well, that's the job of Sagittarius. You don't need to broaden your horizons anymore unless you haven't been doing the work of a Sagittarius. Maybe you need to learn something new. Maybe you want to come take my class. Yeah. So Hearth, broaden your horizons. Let's see. This is number 20. A new dwelling beckons, not merely a physical abode, but a sanctuary of the soul. Hearth whispers its timeless truths of the need to sometimes retreat from the world to a safe, nourishing space. But it doesn't have to be forever. So just think about, where's your safe, nourishing space? Are you getting enough rest? With the North Node, okay, so the North Node's in Virgo. The North Node's in Pisces. The South Node is in Virgo. And that's, the two of them are squaring your Sagittarius placements. So you'll be at a crossroads with that energy. And you can think about, for all of us, we're supposed to move towards Pisces, having more faith and trust, rather than Virgo, quaking and worry and fear. We're supposed to figure out how we want to take action and move forward. Okay. For Capricorn, harvest ritual. Trust the endings in life. How interesting. Capricorn just wrapped up a huge cycle, 2008 through last November. Was it November? Yeah, November 19th. Pluto was in your sign. So you went through a lot of change and then endings. And, how are you reaping? What's the gift you got from Pluto going through Capricorn, whether it was your rising sign and first house, your moon sign, or your rising or your sun sign? Harvest ritual. The endings bring abundant new beginnings. And for Capricorn, with Saturn and Neptune going into the sign of Aries, it's going to square your Capricorn placements. So you're going to feel pushed to create new things and, bring dreams to reality. That's what you can use Saturn and Neptune together to do. Okay. Aquarius. Found. Trust what lies ahead. Wow. Aquarius with Pluto in your sign now, trusting what lies ahead, because really it's like an excavation where it's digging up all this stuff, exposing any shadows, empowering you to want to make your big moves, maybe scaring you a little bit by bringing up like your deep-seated fears, but in the end, trust what lies ahead, trust the process. Yeah, because it's going to be, I think Pluto in your sign is going to help empower you. Yes. Trust what lies ahead. Trust the process. And then, Pisces, primordial passion. Leave your mark. This is perfect for Pisces because the North Node is in your sign, amplifying Pisces energy, and Neptune is finishing up its work in your sign. It's going to go into Aries March 30th, so be prepared for some kind of shift. What are you wrapping up about this cycle of Neptune in your sign where, it's like you had to walk through the fog, the mist, like not knowing exactly where you were going, but hopefully you came out in some place. You reimagine things in a lot of ways. You practice forgiveness. You use this energy hopefully well. And how do you want to leave your mark with this is what I would say. Yes. Okay. So let me do a couple of these. Good. I'm glad you like your Libra messages. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hi. Yes, I do horary, Chrysula. How I do it, if you want me to just answer a question for you, just email me and I will send you the information. Yeah. Or if you want to come for a half an hour reading. And I always do horary. I always pull I read the consultation chart, the time you're coming as a horary is one of the techniques I use now. Yeah. But if you want me to just answer a question, email me and I'll send you the information. Okay, let's see. So Simeon is a Sag Sun, Leo moon, and Libra rising. So Sag sun. Is that right? Yeah, Sag sun, Leo moon, and Libra rising. Okay. So I pulled Hearth, Crone, and Blessed Resilience. So Hearth, let me look at this. Hearth, Crone, and Blessed Resilience. I want you to think about the stories of your ancestors, especially your female matrilineal, so your mother's mother, her mother, like, and you can go to your father's mother, her mother if you want, but what did you learn from them? Or you can use your mother too. What did you learn from them? What wisdom was shared? How did they make you feel safe and at home, or lack thereof? How has that impacted your life? I had this really big epiphany about my rising sign, because your rising sign has a lot to do with how you were raised, and with Cancer, you needed to know the energy of what was going on in the home, because there could be unexpected things, whether it's you have a sick parent, or a volatile parent, or a sibling that's out of control, or it's ill, or whatever. Yeah. So think about that, and think about how they demonstrated resilience or lack thereof. Maybe you had a mother who just took to her bed if she was upset, and then she was gone for days. Yeah. So that's something you can think about. That's what I would recommend you do. And how their actions, Mars retrograde in Cancer, how that informed your own life, and how you've either used it to propel yourself into success, overcome some of the challenges, or how you're still working through them, or what. I mean, I think that's a really good thing for you to be doing with this energy. Okay, Ridiculisa, Sun Pisces, Taurus moon, and rising. Okay, so Ridiculisa. Ooh, you got Primordial Passion. What are you really passionate about, Lisa? How are you making your mark? Whether it's just an art project, a hobby, is it in your job and what you do? Is it teaching your children? Is it just being the love and using yourself to make the world, your sphere, whatever, a better place? Do you give yourself time to rest and recover from breaks from what you're doing? Is what I would be asking you. How are you using your energy to really bring in things that, okay, I want to read this. When primordial passion appears, it's time to tap into the deep wellspring of primal origins of the human condition and put down the electronics, eschew the AI and associated facilitators that are supposed to enhance our efforts, and which in fact are dulling our creative human spirit. Maybe think about taking a day or two, nothing. Let yourself get bored. What comes up? What comes up within you if you do not have any distractions about what you want to create? Absolutely. I love that. And then Lara, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay. Pisces. Yeah. Okay, Lara. I know Lara is ready for the bounty of happiness. Oh, yeah. And so, and you can think about all of the work you're doing and creating with your and trust and believe. It's good things are coming with this. And maybe you'll take time to do, apply for one more audition or look at something. Maybe this is something you could use Chat GPT to enhance find new opportunities for what you really want to do in your career, in your acting career, and look for things. Yeah. Yeah. I love that for you. Absolutely. Yes. What are you passionate about? Doing a day of brainstorming. Maybe you want to go do just for fun. Is there an improv group or something? you want to connect with people who are also creative like you. Okay, well, I hope this was helpful. I am going to put this through my whatever to get the timestamps, and I'll post it as well here, of course, and on YouTube, so that you can, if you want to watch and get just straight to the different signs, you can do that. Yes, but okay, I hope to see people on Friday. Lynn Bell and I are going to be having a cosmic conversation. Saturday, I'll be in Emeryville. Sunday in Sacramento. And then next week, Astrology Foundation starts on Thursday. Okay, see you soon. Bye.